Welcome back to Wonders of the Wasteland, and this is episode 19. And yeah, there has been a delay because we had a series of three different storms week after week after week come through. So, in the last 6 weeks, we have been without electricity for little over three of those weeks. And then the internet, well, it's still getting shut off. That way they can keep doing repairs. It is nasty, you guys. I will be showing a little bit of footage later on just so you have an idea of the devastation. But we're at the movies, man. It's movie night. So let's see what we've got. So, first up, we're going to take a look at Diamond in the Rough. Let's see what she's got going on here. Look at that, right on the big screen. Cute little sign right there. I like the mole rat generator. I like it's because of the animation and stuff, you know? They did a pretty good job on that. Oh, she's got some customers and they look sketchy. This is really, really cute. I have a love-hate relationship with that satellite. It does seem to get a lot of use when it comes to the air quote cyberpunk style builds. Because if we're being honest, nothing cyberpunk looks cyberpunk in Fallout. No offense or anything. And I love the concept, I love the idea, I love the homage to it. I'm not knocking that at all. It's just they are clearly very different games. But this is adorable. Nicely decorated. Man, the interior of this looks nice. I love what you've done with some of the equipment, packing it in there. It really pulls everything together nicely. It's a very industrialized look. You got the fan on the front of the sarsaparilla machine. Yeah. Doesn't look terrible. It looks like they repurposed it for some sort of reason. And that would be actually a clever idea is that if you were using a refrigerated object like that with a fan to actually help cool your building, kind of like air conditioning. Just a thought. I kind of wonder if that's what she was going for. This is very cool, though. It's nicely decorated. Very nice. She always does so good on her kitchens. That is one thing that stands out with Diamond in the Rough from the crowd. You know, her kitchens are always highly detailed. I don't think I've seen a kitchen that she's made that I didn't like. I mean, it is a little bit sketchy. I'm not gonna lie because there is a urinal right there. It's gonna be on our right hand side here as she pans. But yeah, there's a urinal right next to what you're cooking. Now, Mr. Goldfinger. This one tugs at my heartstrings. So, Frank Lloyd Wright is a famous American architect. He has done some amazing, amazing architectural work throughout the years, and he has passed away. But the man is a legend. He left his mark here in America and in the rest of the world, clearly, because Goldfinger is from Germany. And for an American architect to inspire somebody all the way across the other side of the Atlantic, that's pretty phenomenal. I love Frank Lloyd Wright. In my area, we actually have some old Frank Wright homes, and very, very cool to actually go see them and check them out. And you know what? Here's another thing. If you are a fan of Goldfinger, maybe you've noticed, but a lot of people might not pick up on it. When he does his filming and everything like that, he'll adjust his characters. That way they look like the person that is inspiring it. Very cool. Now, up on the right hand side, I love this architect so much. I did a build inspired by them, and it was the same one. It was Following Waters, but this is my rendition of it, and this is with the old build system. Um, but I threw it up there as a comparison. That way you can see how two different people approach the same project. And obviously mine's with the old build system. It's a very old build, but it's a heck of a talent. Again, if he's inspiring people that are literally across the other side of the planet, that is phenomenal. Frank Lloyd Wright, you guys, if you have not checked him out, I highly recommend that you stop for a minute, go check them out, after the video. And he has some amazing, amazing architectural work. And of course, Goldfinger, you never disappoint, sir. Never disappoint. Beautiful job. This would be a fun one to do now that we've got the new building system and everything. That's something that I would actually enjoy redoing that build just to see what the difference is, and how it comes out with the new build system. Because obviously it offers a heck of a lot more freedom than what we used to have. Amazing job, Goldfinger. Bravo, sir. Bravo. Beautiful job. Now, up next, we have LD50, the one and only. And LD, when I first encountered LD and he originally started submitting things, everything was extremely realistic. And that has not changed at all. But he is exploring more things and getting away from just the residential style builds and things like that, or just a tiny little shop. I mean, he has expanded now to where he has done an entire freaking substation. And look at the electricity being simulated there with all that arcing and everything. This is cool. Very, very cool. It's got a nasty industrial feel. Yeah, that looks good. That definitely looks like something that would have been in the Fallout universe when they were powering up cities and stuff like that. Because they weren't great exactly with safety. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know what happened to OSHA back then or anything, but it was ignored. It was ignored. Fairly certain that it was disbanded. Very cool design though. I like how you did the roof. That's actually a fairly common in roof style in industrial scenes, so at least here in America. Very well done, though. Not overly packed or anything so far. That definitely looks lived in. Lived in, but not just crap everywhere. And LD, this is what I was bringing up in the beginning. This is that style. It is very good at presenting something that, hey, yeah, this is functional, it's lived in, but it's not just a big pile of crap just trashed in corners everywhere to make it look scrappy. I like the boiler being there. That was a nice touch. Nice touch. It looks like your control room over here is set up pretty nicely. And a little bit more cleaner than the residential living area, which is good. I mean, it should be. It's an industrial place. LD, you're very, very good at that. You're very good at making things look lived in and look functional, but without just being full of trash everywhere. Very cool. I think you did a great job. And the Watoga stuff on top of those consoles is a huge, huge little bonus for everybody. It looks really, really well done. Now, up next, we have the one and only the Coffee Ewok. And okay, here you go. Look at that little image right there of the Mickey D's. We've got Magools. It's McGools. I guarantee the nuggets are definitely not made out of chicken, okay? I'm just forewarning you guys, if you go here and you try to get you a Big Mac, you might end up with a Big Rads. Yeah, I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it. It's ran by a ghoul. Nope. No, sir. This is awesome, though. And Coffee, he hasn't been playing a whole heck of a lot of Fallout like many, many people, man. We have lost so many builders, players in general. Um, but, we still out here just playing and building away. Yeah, he's been playing other video games and he's been sharing some of the stuff he's been building and everything, and it looks really, really good. So, yeah, it's one of them things like, once you're a builder in one game, you're probably going to be a builder in a lot of other games. It's just how it is. This is really, really cool, though, man. And it's well done. And I'm old enough. I remember a time you see that cigar in the ashtray. Um, I'm old enough that when I was growing up, inside the McDonald's or Burger King's or Wendy's, they actually had ashtrays on the table. Yeah, no, no, I'm not making that up. It wasn't uncommon to go in there and have people smoking while they're sitting, everybody's sitting there eating. I like it, Coffee. It looks like a legit business. And much like a modern day McDonald's, you don't actually have workers there. It's a robot or a machine. You have to put your own order in. It's- this is really cool, man. I like it. So I hope this gives you guys some ideas if you're doing some restaurants. Now, real briefly, I want to show you guys a little bit of what we've been going through because, like I said, we got hit with three storms. One had 10 tornadoes, the next one had three tornadoes, and then the last one was multiple tornadoes with a derecho, which is a straight lined wind. Um, and here is a friendly reminder, okay, that what you do not want to do on your power grid is make thousands upon thousands of acres of glass panels. Because, yeah, now we have thousands and thousands of acres of glass panels. So it's just glass shards all over the ground, and then e waste that we're never going to get out of the ground. That's going to go into our water table and we're going to end up drinking it. So, yeah, that's a really retarded idea. Just so you know, okay? Just using a little bit of common sense. But these forests that are around here all over the place, because I live in the national forest, they've been just flattened. It's absolutely flattened. Some of these trees, this is a younger growth forest. Where I am at, it's old growth, and some of the trees are literally older than this country is. We have trees that are over 300 years old here. And this is the difference between hurricane force winds inland as opposed to being in a place like Florida or something like that, because palm trees, they're made to bend, they've adapted over the years. They bend. This is hardwood. It just snaps right off. Now we are going to get to the atomic punk. Now let's see what this heathen's got going on. Looks like we're out there in the burnt region. Yeah, the burnt lands. This is cool. And we've seen by now several of these little itty bitty structures that are out there. This is really, really cool. I like how people have been redoing a lot of those pre existing things and then just turning them into their own camps. And what you'd normally be seeing here is that trellis with the lattice work and stuff like that. You got some pipes up there. But it's really cool. It's one of them things, you guys. I always tell people to try to utilize the pre existing things in the game because, one, it's free decor for your camp. And a lot of times it's things that we can't replicate with the items that we have to build. So it adds that uniqueness and stuff like that. So always keep an eye out for that. Pre existing locations, especially ones that you don't see are very popular, those are the best ones because it really does give yourself a unique look. Very, very neat, though. Did a good job with the lighting. That was another thing that really, really made this pop. And of course, the music by Melzy. Check them out on YouTube. You got to support creators. This is very neat, though. Excellent job, Atomic Punk. I'm really digging it. This is definitely one of them places that if I seen it out in the wasteland, I'd be stopping off just to take a peek at it and see what the heck was going on. And that's the thing, you want to draw people's attention, but you don't want to do it always with the most extravagant lights to get their attention or anything like that. Sometimes you want to be subtle, but something that's going to draw their attention and say, hey, I should go over there and take a look at that. And seeing that eagle right there with the wings and then the cars and your fire barrels, stuff like that, somebody walking up on that in the distance, they're probably going to want to actually go over there and take a look. It's really well done. Nice little workshop area. I really like what they have done in the last few seasons with some of our workbenches. I'll give them credit on that, where they have dropped the ball on a lot of things. They've done decent there. This is really, really cool, man. Great job. Now, I did try to keep this video short, but we're not done. We've still got a couple more here that I want to talk about because we get a lot of submissions. Wait until the next show. Holy crap, there was a ton of freaking submissions. And you guys keep them coming. But a Baker Boy 76 and Slog the Frog both did an amazing job on these two builds, and they definitely need a 3-minute showcase. So I'm going to be getting those out for you guys. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the show. We had a night at the movies, and we might do that again because summer's coming to an end. We need to get out and enjoy the weather, so to speak. So be sure to like, share, subscribe. If you want to support these projects that we get involved in with the community, there's a link in the description below. Get your entries in, and I love you. I'll see you in the next one.